Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got some super fun stuff coming your way and a little bit of nostalgia. We're gonna be talking about cereals, breakfast cereals, and we're gonna be ranking them from best to worst.
Yeah, we got some classics that you might have had as a kid, but also some contenders that might surprise you.
Whether you're a fan of the sugary stuff or the healthy stuff, is this healthy?
Maybe.
I don't know. But whatever, hey, the sugary stuff that I know you sneak into your cart, we've got it all covered.
But here's a twist. We're not only doing simple rankings, oh no, we've got something extra for you today. We're going to make this even more exciting, so trust me. Stick around, grab some cereal, a snack, get comfy, because we're about to dive into the cereal showdown. Which one do you want?
Yo, I'll take, I'm kind of feeling the lucky.
They're all mine, so too bad. Let's go.
Bro.
Welcome to the cereal showdown. We have about 20 cereals, and I'll be ranking my top 5. All right, let's just get this one right off. What is this one? Golden Grams, gone. That's out of there. All right.
That's your first pick gone?
That one's not Golden Grams. When have you heard of Golden?
Has anyone had Golden Grams?
No, I've actually never heard of that.
Had them.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch has to be in the top 5. In the top 5.
Oh my gosh.
It's up there. It's in the top 5. I don't know where
It's
yet.
whatever you're tossing next.
No. We gotta give and take. Lucky Charms, it's just not for me.
Wait, you're getting rid
It's
of
not for me.
That's crazy.
Over Wheaties, over.
Bro.
There's a lot more up
You
there.
think
what the?
There's 20 more cereals up there. Lucky Charms gone. All right, you keep talking about this. Mini Wheats,
The boo.
That
What?
one's up.
they're gone.
Okay.
All right, that one's out of there
I
too.
mean,
This
so
one, that one's too healthy.
Bro.
Cocoa Puffs, too much chocolate. I'm not a big chocolate guy, so
You
yeah, so that
toss
one's
it.
gone.
That's fair.
Another one we're putting up there.
Wait, all of you guys like
This one's
This one-
great.
this
you
one's
don't
great.
like frosted
That's in the
flakes?
top 5 for sure.
That one's great.
Yeah,
Wheaties, I actually have no clue what these
Wait,
look
what
like.
do they look like? Cornflakes? But like healthier
There you
versions.
go.
I think they're cornflakes made out of like whole grain.
Yeah, those aren't great. All right.
You know, that's dry.
Tricks, too much sugar, gone. Captain Crunch, see ya.
Stays up.
Cornflakes, all right, that
What
one's
do you
gone.
You
Honey
can
Bunches
have
of
everything
Oats,
good.
thoughts?
That's a
Yes.
top. For sure.
All right, we'll just leave it up there for now.
100%
Raisin Bran,
top 5. Get
That-
rid of that.
that's a
sure
top
a
3.
top.
That's a
No
top 3.
way.
100%.
Oh.
Right, this is the dessert. This should not be up there.
That's gross.
That's gone.
Okay.
Kicks, this one's out here.
Out.
No, I'm playing. Okay. Apple Jacks.
Crazy.
Yeah, that one's gone. This one's really good if it was cinnamon, but
don't
it's
think
not
I've ever
cinnamon,
had light.
so it's gone.
What do you like, Trail Mix?
Fruit Loops.
Yo, Fruit Loops is good, bro. Come on.
Fruit Loops will stay out there. Honey Nut Cheerios and Cheerios. Cheerios out of there. And now it's Honey Bunches of Oats and Cheerios for the top selection.
Honey bunches of
No,
oats.
shit.
Bunches
That one's
of
out of here.
Oats.
See ya. Now this is our top 5.
Are you
What order are they
ranking
going?
these?
Last. Cinnamon Toast Crunch or Raisin Bran?
For your top?
Raisin Bran number 1. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Raisin
5. I
Bran
don't think
is
I
your
missed a
number
single one. I don't
one?
think I missed.
I would
Okay, fine. We can switch this
Pass
one.
this guy.
Toss.
No. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
You won't be tossing
I
it.
like that. I actually
There we
like
go.
that.
Should we pour out a bowl and go to the culture couch, or
Yeah, let's go talk
I'm
about
down,
this.
I'm down.
We
you
need-
can have that one? I think my picks
That was
Bro,
the
Person-
worst.
No, this was
This
horrible.
is crazy.
were
Selection.
1 through
Horrible
5
choices.
was pristine.
Raisin
Worst
Bran.
selection I've ever had.
Yeah.
Cheerio, Honey Nut Cheerios.
Cheerio? I think they're pronounced
Cheerios.
Cheerios.
I like that.
Wait, is it you
Yeah,
say
they're
the S?
Cheerios, buddy.
Cheerios?
Cheerios or Cheerios?
Yeah,
Cheerios.
all that college for
Cheerios?
what? All right.
Cheerios.
I love it.
That's funny.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, they're not good, so I don't.
All right.
I don't. They shouldn't be
They're
in this.
okay.
You honestly don't deserve the hold those. Quite frankly, give me that. These are legendary. But what you put up there is what?
I don't even know.
Yeah,
Nah.
it's all good because we're gonna hear what each of your favorite cereals are. But let's take a moment. Let's come together in unity. Let's sink into the culture couch.
Yeah.
Get comfortable, and maybe have some uncomfortable conversations. But the question on the table is, what are each of your favorite cereals?
Favorite cereals.
Wow.
Reese.
I'll start us off.
Yeah.
Reese's Puffs. I mean, it makes sense. My name is Reese.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
That does
Just
make sense. That
meant
adds
to
up.
be.
That's literally my only reason why it's the best, though. So.
That's your only reason.
Ooh.
Hey.
Sounds good. That's
And I'm
good.
out.
Right here, I got. Yeah.
What's your favorite cereal, Brett?
Apple
I
Jacks.
don't even know why I'm holding these.
Apple Jacks.
You don't like Apple Jacks?
Favorite cereal? Crunch Berries. Captain Crunch, baby.
Nah.
Captain Crunch.
These right here. Just the simple Cheerios.
Do you ever
Plain
put
Cheerios?
sugar
There's
on the
not even
Cheerios?
flavor.
Just the simple
Plain
Cheerios.
Cheerios?
Cheerios, though, as Reese's Puffs over there would say.
Now, do you guys think the color of the branding of the box has something to do with both of you picking a yellow box cereal?
No, you know what? It's more of the direction, the art direction on the box. You gotta think of the whole cereal as an adventure.
That's
the
true.
thing. You're getting sold a pirate, you're getting the booty, and on the back you're getting the treasure map. It's absolutely amazing.
You might. Okay, I'm blowing it all up. This is a top 3 cereal all of a sudden. I don't know this description
my-
you gave. It also has a C.
Winners!
So
A C for
convincing.
Carson. So,
Winners.
what are your thoughts? Favorite cereal?
I mean, I'm a Lucky Charms, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Apple
Yeah.
Jacks, sugar on my Cheerios.
Oh, that's
my childhood.
That's that
I can't help
bad
it.
parenting right
No,
there.
that's where it's at.
Cheerios.
It is what
That's
it is.
that bad
Yeah, yeah,
parenting
yeah.
right
Cheerios
there.
is the word of the day. All right.
Cheerios. All right,
Cheerios.
so it's apparent that each of you have different preferences. You all have different tastes. I know we all do, even with cereal. And
You can take
that ties into something that I want to talk about really quick, and that's the question of how each of you find that you stay connected to Jesus. I know that probably differs between each of you as well. So, so yeah, Jamie, do you want to start us off with that?
Yeah, I mean, I will say that I feel like in different seasons of my life, I've like connected with Jesus in different ways. Like there are some seasons where I just like, I mean, I love reading my Bible all the time, but there are some seasons I'm like,
Yo, it's not
dang,
easy.
yeah, exactly.
Not
It's not
easy,
easy. Or some seasons where I'm like, this is all I want to do.
Yeah.
I feel like lately I've been in more of a season of just talking to Jesus, like in everything that I do. Which I think has come with time, but like even in the shower, I'm like, God, like let's talk about today. Let's talk about what I'm going
Yeah, for
through.
real.
Or in moments while I'm driving in the car, on my way to somewhere,
Where
I'm
do
like,
you-
okay,
I do
God,
that
be
too.
with me.
Where do you have the most personal moments,
Yeah.
you think?
Give us like one good example that's like really like hitting
Most
close to
personal
home.
moments.
Yeah.
I would say honestly in my car. I feel like my car is like my sacred place. There's like no one else around.
Facts.
Right.
Yeah.
Facts.
That's real.
That's a good one.
If
Yeah.
I'm crying over anything, it's in
As
the
that
car.
person driving next to you is looking like to the left, and they're like, "What is
100%.
going on
Yeah.
with this person?" But
Like,
you're just jamming out to
whatever.
Jesus, so I like
I
it.
agree. That's a great answer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Reese, what about you?
Yeah.
How do you stay
say-
connected to
how do I stay
Jesus?
connected?
Yeah.
I would say through prayer, to be honest.
Uh-huh.
You know, because I just bring my challenges and stuff I'm stressed with,
Yeah.
and it helps me feel connected, and he can speak to me through that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Carson?
Brett, you go.
I'm a walker, dude. I walk. I like to walk.
You
That's how I
You
walking
could say
with
you
Jesus.
walk and talk
Walking
to
with
Jesus,
Jesus,
or is
baby.
Yeah.
it like one of those
Brett
type of
Walker.
things? There you go. Well, putting it to use. I love you.
I can toss another question at you guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Carson, you can kick us off if you want.
Yeah, I'll do it. What's up?
This question would be, in the spaces that you do your life, I know Jamie gave some good examples of places that she finds herself in life, whether you're with friends, whether you're at school,
Sure.
at work, maybe at the grocery store fighting over cereal. Do you find it challenging in some spaces of your life to stay connected to Jesus, and why or why not?
Yeah, I think that the places I feel the most challenged to stay connected would probably be the places I just feel least connected just in general, not so much even with the like a Jesus side to things. I think you know, going into college, it's kind of like a new experience for me, so there's a lot that I don't feel connected with, and so with that I'm trying to find ways and reasons to not only connect myself just as me, but also with like a biblical reason and like getting behind Jesus with it all too, which is something I've struggled with a lot, not only in college but my whole life. So what I've tried to do is just been open to a lot of stuff and just really try to push myself, make myself uncomfortable. I know if I trust Jesus,
good.
it'll come around, and that's kind of the process I'm going through right now with all that. But
I relate to that.
Yeah, Reese, what do you have to say?
Yeah, so I started going to a new school recently, and I've noticed that sometimes I can start to prioritize, homework, prioritize hanging out with friends, and just the fun and stressful things of going to a new school. And so I realize it is a challenge to stay connected to Jesus, and I'm realizing that I need to set time aside in my day, like specific time
That's
to
real.
like, talk to him and just receive what he has to say.
yeah.
Jamie.
Totally. No, I relate to that. I feel like for myself, I'm a very structured. I love a calendar. I love planning things.
I love that.
I try to be spontaneous sometimes, but
Love that.
it's not totally my personality. But even for me, like I remember a mentor telling me a couple years ago, "Hey, it's okay to schedule time for God," which sounds kind of crazy, especially depending on your personality. Because there are some people who are just natural, organic. They're like spontaneous with it. But for me, to build like a habit, it's like, okay, 8 a.m. on my calendar, like this is when I'm gonna go make sure I spend time with God, and it just
That's
becomes
great.
more natural. So
That's great.
I don't know, could be a good tip for some people.
That's great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try that. I got to do that.
I know.
Write it down in my notes, calendar.
I'm learning. I need that.
Yeah.
That's big time.
That's good.
Thanks.
We don't even have to go. Let's go to the next question. We should end on that point.
Sounds
right
like
there.
Brett agrees with his wife. So let's
Love an
let's
organized
actually
woman.
talk, Brett. Let's toss it over to your wife. Let's toss it over to Jamie, so she can tell us how the Bible can keep us connected to Jesus. What
Let's
y'all
go.
know?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Okay, that conversation was so incredible, and it was so fun to learn just the different ways that people connect with Jesus. And I don't know if you've ever felt that way before, like I have this different way than like my parents. Maybe you see the way your parents connect with Jesus and you feel like you connect with him in a different way. What I love about Jesus is that we're all different. He's made us all unique, and there are different ways that we feel like we are closest to him. And so I am gonna read a scripture. It's from Matthew 16. But before I get to that, I just wanna give a little bit of context. So we're at this point where Jesus, he's talking to his disciples, and he is predicting his death and resurrection for the first time. It's in Matthew 16:21, and he tells his disciples this: hey, just so you guys know, I am going to die and I'm going to resurrect again. And this is the first time that he's even mentioned this before. And so Peter, who, if you know anything about Peter, he has walked with Jesus, he's with Jesus, he's like his right-hand guy. But in response, he rebukes Jesus and he says, actually, this cannot happen to you. Like, there's no way. And in turn, Jesus decides, no, I'm gonna rebuke you, Peter, saying, and he literally says, get behind me, Satan, that you are a stumbling block to me. You do not have in mind the concerns of God, but merely human concerns. And I want it to be noted that Jesus is not calling Peter actually Satan, but he's saying, hey, you are focused on the wrong things. I want you to remember what I've told you, and I'm trying to encourage you and tell you I'm gonna die and I'm gonna resurrect, and it's gonna change everything. So Jesus, he addresses his disciples and he emphasizes the cost of following him. And we pick it up right here. It's Matthew 16:24-25. It says this: Jesus told his disciples, if anyone would come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. For whoever would save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life for my sake will find it. I want to read that verse just one more time. Jesus says, if anyone would come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. It's kind of a big ask if you look at it. For whoever would save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life for my sake will find it. And the first point when we look at this, and it so goes with the conversation we just have, is that following Jesus is for anyone. It's not an exclusive thing. When you look at who Jesus chose, when you read the Gospels and you see the disciples that he chose, he asks these ordinary men. He's asking fishermen, he's asking tax collectors, he's asking just random people. If you look at it, when you look at the group of who they all were, it's kind of like, Jesus, where were you going with this? Like, did you have a plan? He's just friends with everyone, and he calls everyone to follow him. And I want to encourage you in that. If you've ever felt like, yeah, following Jesus probably isn't for me, or I don't really know about like all those rules, I don't feel like I'm good enough to follow him, or I'm just unsure if like I'm even allowed to follow him because of what I've done. Jesus does not care about all that. He's actually invited it for every single one of us to follow him. He's invited us all in to follow him. And so if you just need that little bit of encouragement to know, yeah, you've been chosen. He wants you to follow him. Here it is. You can see it in what he says. He says, if anyone follows me, anyone's allowed to follow me. And the second point is this, is that following Jesus is actually about being with him. It's not just about doing all the right things or following the rules, which honestly, I didn't know that for a lot of my life. Like, I thought I had to kind of like abide by the rules. I need to make sure my life looks right. It's not about that at all. It's actually really just about being with him. And one of my favorite verses in the Bible is in Matthew 11:28-30, where Jesus literally says, hey, are you tired? Are you worn out? Are you burnt out on religion? He says this: I'm gonna show you how to take a real rest. You're gonna walk with me, work with me, and watch how I do it. Which all of that just shows just come be with me. Let me show you what it looks like. You don't need to take everything on. Just come be with me. Following Jesus is about spending time with him. And my third point is this, is that following Jesus means trusting him with your life. In that verse that we had just read, Jesus honestly tells us, like, I want you to take up your cross. I want you to follow me. I want you to trust me with your life. I want you to lay everything down and follow me. And if that intimidates you, me too. I've felt that way before. I'm like, what do you mean trusting him with my whole life? Like, there are little pieces of my life I'd like to control. I still feel that way sometimes, like my future. Like, I don't know if I want to give all of that to Jesus, but what's so sweet is when you actually do, and when you actually do day by day, you're like, okay, I'm just gonna follow you. I'm gonna trust you with my life. You get to see the glimpses and the moments where, wow, I can trust him. Like, he does actually want good things for me. And my last point is this, and it's one of my favorites, and it's encouraging for every single one of us, is that following Jesus leads us to becoming like Jesus. I don't know about you, but sometimes I want to be like Jesus. Sometimes I want to, like, strive to do that, you know? I see his attributes and I'm like, okay, I want to be kind like him, of course. Or I want to be, you know, so graceful and so full of mercy. But when we strive to do that and we, like, try on our own to become like him, we can often, like, disappoint ourselves. I don't know if you felt that way. I'm like, dang, I tried really hard, but I'm still really frustrated. Or I still honked at that driver, or I still got really mad at my mom last night. When we just spend time with him, like we had talked about, just we're with him, it's crazy how naturally you start to become like him. You don't have to strive, you don't have to do anything the right way, but it's like, okay, as I'm following him, as I'm looking at his life, as I just spend time with him, I naturally start to just become more like him. And I actually just start to do the things that he did. I actually start to take on a lot of the characteristics that he's done. And so I think when we're thinking about this, when we're looking at what does it look like to follow Jesus, we should think about these questions. Who is it that you're following? We live in a day and age where we all follow, you know, all these people on social media, but who are you following? Who are you emulating your life after? What can you do this week to actually follow Jesus? Take the time. Okay, I want to follow Jesus first and foremost. Something so special about Jesus is that he has invited every single one of us to follow him. Nothing you have done or will do is too big for him to handle. Nothing is too small, nothing is too bad for him to handle. So what has it been in your head that you've been just letting get in the way of having a relationship with Jesus and actually following him? What if we took a moment right now to give that to him? If you're sitting with someone right now, if you're at weekly service, talk about that. What is it that's gotten in my way of just fully just following him and giving him everything? So let's take that moment. Let's pray after this. Let's talk to Jesus. And now that we've heard what the Bible has to say, let's head back to the studio and we'll wrap it up.
Thanks for joining us today. Guys, remember, just like how we have different cereal preferences, we also have different journeys with Jesus. And I can tell you, my journey with Jesus is different from Reese's and different from yours. So what's holding you back from trusting Jesus?
Yeah, we want to know, and make sure to comment down below and make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys soon.
Yeah. Want to go eat more cereal?
Do we got milk?
Almond milk? I'm lactose, so I gotta watch that.